Desired Promise. Okay, so just to let you know, this is going to be the first one that I've done this year. First one I've done on my channel, period. So as soon as she enters in, we'll go ahead and get started. And I'm looking, oh, I got to turn on my light. Okay, oh, I'm bright. Okay. Let's see. All right. Oh, and here's Lucky, of course. He wants to join in. Empress Yapah be in a quick second. So this is one of many collaborations that I'll be doing this year to help people to evolve, to help women, you know, give empowerment to women, you know, and children and men, Black people, all colors, whatever, it doesn't matter, just to empower people, because we went through a rough patch and it's not over, but we can make it through. And I am waiting. Hold on. What time is it? Oh, we still have 1 minute. Okay. Yes. I'm so looking forward to this. We just had a small mishap where she couldn't hear me, so we're redoing this. Hopefully I'll be able to edit this. If not, oh well. Y'all know I don't usually edit, but I'm working on it. Okay. So it is now 11:30. Okay, here she comes. And there she is. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you.
You hear me? Great.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Welcome, Empress Yapah. I'm so happy to have you here. Thank you for being the first person of 2021 to help me with my new venture of being free to be me and evolving into what I want my channel to be. And that means to help other people as well as, you know, myself, but just, you know, just to give inspiration and light, you know, because it's more to us than our hair. And of course, as you can see, we're both natural sisters with dreadlocks, which, okay, let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room. They're going to want to know, how long have you been rocking your Nazis?
Oh gosh. It'll be 3 years in May.
Okay, 3 years.
3 years in May. So
okay.
I have it kind of tucked away.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's not, you know, that's not my focus. My focus is on Desired Promise. Desired Promise is a company. Now, tell me if I'm wrong. Desired Promise is a company that you've been running approximately, what, 11 or 12 years? Since 2000?
5 years.
5? Really?
5 years.
Oh, I thought I saw 2009 on the site.
2009 is when I started doing products.
Okay.
But there's a story behind that.
Okay.
So technically, yes, as long as you say, but Desired Promise, only 5 years.
Okay, 5 years. Okay. What was your inspiration in starting Desired Promise?
Okay. So basically, my inspiration was because I became ill, and I did a lot of research on the different things that they're saying that I suffer from.
Right.
And so by doing research, I knew that it was really important to do more as far as natural, not medication, but actually natural products. So I did extensive research on everything that they said was going on with me. And one of the things I knew was getting away from chemicals that you put on your skin and in your hair, you know. So that was important for me to get away from all of that. Okay. And that's where doing natural products started for me.
Okay. What was Desired Promise like the name that you started off with? How did you come up with that name? I mean, because you know, I know my company started off with a totally different name, but what made it Desired Promise? What made you
Okay.
Desired Promise?
Desired Promise came from several failed businesses in the beginning.
Okay.
It started out with Simply Shay, and then that name got taken because I did not trademark it.
Right.
That's one thing that everyone needs to realize. Trademark your business names. It's very important to do that. Secondly, it was Lachey Naturals. And then from there, it was another company that was started between myself and two other ladies.
Okay.
That didn't go so well. It didn't last long. So I went back to Lachey Naturals. And when I was trying to trademark that, I was told by an attorney that that name's already taken somewhere else. So I was like, oh my goodness. And I was getting so discouraged. I really was. And then my husband said, you know, don't give up. You know what the Most High placed inside of you, so don't give up. And so we was coming up with different names, and he said, Desires Promise. And I said, you know what? Desired Promise, because this is a desire that I have inside of me. And I'm not going to give up. And he kept pushing me to. And so that's where Desired Promise came from, because the promise was something that was given to me and the desire in my heart. So Desired Promise.
I love
That's
that.
where that came from.
I absolutely love it. And again, it's not about me, but it's funny because, you know, the name of my company is Waxy Desires. And a lot of people, they get it twisted. When they hear Waxy Desires, they're like, what is that? But it's candles that people desire because it's, you know, it's stuff that looks like food or whatever.
Exactly.
So, tell me about some of how did you start up? Like, did you get loans? Did you take your own money? Did you start off with like $500? What was your startup cost? How did you get busy with Desire?
Slowly but surely, I started collecting items that I needed to start the business. Now, mind you, because of the other business names I had put so much money into, had to start completely over. So all those funds that was placed into the other businesses was gone. So I was literally starting back over. So I was taking some classes, and so when I was taking classes, whatever monies that I had from that, I would put it to the side. But it was basically coming from myself and my husband. Right. That's basically how we got started, slowly but surely.
And that's usually how most people become very successful. I mean, honestly, when you're not looking for other people to invest, because once you start getting investors and all of that, sometimes things can get a little crazy. So being organic and doing it yourself, you and your husband, I respect that 100% because that's, to me, that is a great way to start, honestly. And, you know, it takes a little time or whatever, and testing, what you doing, bath and body products.
Right.
Same over here. You know, I've experienced that as well as candles or whatever. We have how can I put it? We could be sued if we're not doing what we do correctly. A lot of people think, oh, it's just so easy. Let me go mix a few things up and I can make a bar of soap and I can sell it, you know, because everybody's making shea butter, everybody's making lip balms, everybody's making, you know, all types of things, whatever they can make now, especially in the past, like I would say less than a decade, I've noticed like a lot of people making it. And then definitely in the past like year or so, you've noticed even more people, you know, coming up with companies and stuff. Definitely 2020 was a year where people really started, okay, I'm gonna make shea butter. It's, you know, it's something easy to do, something. But it's science behind it. It really is. It's time, it's preservatives. Could you elaborate a little bit about, you know, the fact that it's not just about melting some shea butter and putting in some fragrance and, you know, whipping some stuff up and putting it in a cute jar and slapping a label on it?
Exactly. And like I was saying, how I started back in 2009, doing the research, doing what needed to be done to move forward, and making sure to have product insurance. That right there is so important because you can get sued. You know, people like to sue.
Yes.
So you got to definitely cover yourself in regards to that. I took a class. I drove all the way to Austin, Texas, because I live in Houston. Okay. So I drove all the way to Austin, Texas, and I took a class there. Came on back and was just practicing, making the products. I tried it on my family, my friends. I don't put anything out there unless it's 100% tested out, period. Because it's important, you know, because 100%. This is your brand, this is your name that's out there to the world. They can either lift you up or put you completely down. So it's really important to do your research and practice on your family and friends, and get actual comments from them to see how the product is doing. And don't do it, you know, for a week and think, oh yeah, I can put it out there on the market. No, you cannot.
Absolutely.
No,
absolutely. Sometimes, I mean, even like when I started, it took a year of just like, before I even purchased the stuff that I needed to use to make, you know, the candles or whatever. It took a year of research that I did on my own, from when they had bookstores, you know, going to bookstores, sitting in the bookstores, reading books, going online, actually meeting with other people that were doing the same thing. They used to have candle conferences and stuff.
Right.
But, you know, it's amazing how some people think that it's so easy just to jump off into it. Oh, I got this, and my mother said it feels good on her eczema. So she is, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and slap a $14 price tag on it. But what they don't understand is, like you said, the insurance.
Exactly.
You have to have in my building where I do work at, I have to have a $1 million blanket liability insurance. And I'm sure you're familiar with that. That's, I would say, would you say that's one of the first things that you would tell someone before starting a business, and which you're using stuff like either that's flammable, such as candles, or that people are going to put on their skin and could break out and then want to, like you say, people want to sue. We're good with that. You know, what would you say? I mean, would you say that definitely that's something that they should think about? Testing, of course.
Insurance,
testing first.
And do your pricing. Definitely do your pricing, and make sure to find out exactly what you need to put on your labels. If you are selling hair butters, like on the back of my label, this is my body butter. So on the back of my label, I have the directions, ingredients. I also have on here disclaimer: for external use only. Avoid contact with eyes. If skin sensitivity occurs, discontinue use. Keep out of children's reach. Store in a cool, dry place. But I always let people know up front what's in my product. And that's another thing that I've noticed. Like, if you scroll through some people's websites, they're selling product, but they do not label what the ingredients are.
Absolutely.
So how do you expect someone to want to purchase your product, but you're not letting them know what the ingredients are, in case, what if they are allergic? But they ordered this product not knowing what the ingredients are. Don't be afraid to put ingredients on there. I mean, there's enough business out here for everyone, so don't be afraid to list what your ingredients are, because that's important for that person to know, okay, am I allergic to, let's say, extra virgin coconut oil? Am I allergic to that? You know, you want to be able to inform your customers so that they can know.
And I thought it was, is it law now? Because I thought it was law now that when you're selling products like this, that you do have to label everything that you put into products.
Your products, yes.
Right. I mean, because like you were saying,
your label.
To green tea, maybe.
Yeah.
You have green tea, but you didn't put it on your label, or you didn't even have a label on it. You go to a lot of places, some places, especially like when they let you set up at the little market or whatever, a lot of these places are just selling, they got a pretty little cute label on the front, but nothing on the back as far as rose hip, you know, this, that, and other, this kind of extract or whatever. And people can, next thing you know, their whole face is swell up. And then what?
Exactly.
And then and then you didn't take the proper precautions and getting the insurance and stuff that you needed or do the research and stuff. But then, I mean, have you ever been approached by someone and they're like, I want to do what you do. Can you teach me how to do what you do? And it's just like,
I give them
years
some
and years
advice.
and years.
I'll give them some advice, and then I'll, let them know that there are options out there for you to take courses. If you want to sit down and we discuss further, then I don't see anything wrong with charging for your knowledge, because that's important. If you've done all the research and this person's asking you, okay, I'm going to have to charge you something for that because I've done all this research. Or I can guide you where you can go, because there's so much information online. Truly it is, So
see, back when I started, because it has been 23 years, I didn't have the access online as much as it is now.
Exactly.
And it was bookstores. So it was like literally going to bookstores and then conventions. It was candle conventions. I would drive all over to different places and usually be like one of the few, melanin people in the room, but everybody was it was so many men, so many women, so many people that were all interested and seriously interested in helping each other. Because like you said, there is room for everybody to grow, everybody to do whatever. It doesn't matter. Okay, you have desired promise. Okay, the girl next to you might be selling something else. She might have body butters or whatever, but your lip balms are better. Your packaging is better. Your presentation is better. Or, it's enough for everyone to go around.
Exactly.
Do you have a lot of help, or are you pretty much solo? Do you work hard by yourself? Are you up to 3 o'clock in the morning?
Oh gosh.
Long hours, long days.
Yapah is up doing the business. Mainly solo. My husband helps when he can, but it's mainly myself, or I'll ask my daughter to come help when she's able to, but she's so busy. She has children and a husband, so I can't expect her to be here all the time. So I'm up all times of the night and day, getting stuff done, shipping. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm the one.
Do you find that people, because you may work, even though I work at a studio, and sometimes I can work from home depending on what it is that I'm doing, do you find that people think that, because she works for herself, I can call her anytime, she should be able to drop whatever she's doing and help me out, or give me a ride, or do what I need to go to the grocery store, or I know you there. I know what you're not answering the phone. I know you see me calling. The respect level, I feel, is different when you're running your own business.
It's true. That's so true.
Could you tell me like some of the things you've encountered as far as like people just like, I need a ride to the airport, and you just making products, so you can stop that, you can do that and get your products shipped out tomorrow.
Well, I can honestly say my mom, I help her a lot. So she's like the main one that gives me the calls.
Okay.
And she wants you to drop when she calls to go do whatever she needs to do. So I try to plan my day around her at times, because I know she doesn't drive. She's 80 years old, so she doesn't drive. So I go and help her a lot. But there's some times I'm like, Mom, I gotta call you back. Okay, I'll try to take you later on. Let's schedule it for tomorrow. If it's something that's not really pressing, then I'll tell her, okay, Mom, I'm really busy right now, but I'll get back with you. And sometimes she just really doesn't understand that. But yeah.
Well, that's good that it's just like pretty much like one person that does that to you, because I think I get done by many, many, many people, but it's okay. Let me see, because I did have some questions for you.
Okay.
Well, we talked about some of your struggles in the beginning. First of all, the names, then trying to work with other people, which,
Right.
you know, I find definitely doing it by yourself or doing it with your partner or whatever sometimes is the best way to do it, to avoid any type of problems whatsoever.
Yes.
Honestly, I would say definitely doing it by yourself, if possible, is the best way. And if not, having to have investors, that's even better, you know, because you want to be able to, you know, legal issues and all types of stuff, because again, the lawsuits and stuff that people would do. How has are you web-based only, or do you have a storefront, or how are you operating?
I am web-based only.
Okay.
I'm web-based only. Sometimes I would do vendor shows.
Right.
Oh man, in the beginning, that was the main thing I was doing, was vendor shows to get my name out there, because nobody knew me. Desire, Promise, who was that? So I would do a lot of vendor shows, and my husband would come help, or my daughter would come help. And oh my goodness, that was tiring, but it was so important to do that, to get your name out there. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I feel like doing it by yourself is pluses and minuses. When you have, can I say this? When you put your business out there to your friends, to your family members, don't immediately expect them to jump on board.
Absolutely.
A lot of them want to just kind of sit back and see, how far is this gonna go? Is it really gonna go somewhere? Oh, that's just a little thing that she's doing.
A phase.
She'll get over that.
Yeah.
A little phase.
Right. What's she gonna do next? After that, she's gonna be, been there.
So, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say that definitely that's the way I started as well. I had to do vendor shows, nightclubs. I fortunately got big with AT&T. Well, no, it was SBCglobal.net. Just got hooked. Okay. Fortunately, got a PR person who loved my work, told me I couldn't afford her, you know, and she was like, but I'm willing to help you because I love your product. And that's what got me into like different places like that. But I would say that is one of the things that, well, right now we're not able to do those things. So it's been challenging, you know, but having the website, because see, I took my website down before this happened. And I was like, wow, now I took my website down after having it up for so many years, because that's not where I was making my money. What would you say as far as social media wise? Because I know you're on all different types of social media. I see you on Facebook. I've been to your website. I know that you're on Instagram. I know that you're on YouTube. What would you say is really working for you as far as social media? And, you know, how is it with marketing with social media? And do you have any tips for anybody that's trying to get their product out there and maybe, you know, need some direction or guidance that you're willing to, you know, without giving too much information, because like you say, this is research that you've done. So, you know, just give a little bit, give them a little taste.
Okay, I can honestly say that even now I'm still doing research in regards to social media, because every time you look up, it's something new that's out there.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness. And it gets a little bit overwhelming. I'm fine with Instagram. For some reason, I love Instagram more so than Facebook. I do. I really do. I love Instagram. For one, you know, I love, you know, singing and dancing, taking pictures, because at one point in my life, I did not love me. So that was a big deal for me to finally say, Yapah, you are beautiful. I love you. It took me so long to do that. So Instagram for me, I love it. I love really Instagram.
And you are beautiful. And I love you too. Oh my God.
You, Empress.
All this time I've been talking to you, I never knew that was something I've never known about you. Never. Yes. And never would have ever thought. But people, we just don't know. We never know what people are going through until we get a personal relationship with them. And I was saying to you the other day, I was like, your skin is so Beautiful. Oh my God. I'm always talking about drink water, drink water, drink water, drink water. And I'm like, okay, I know me and my sister, we're about the same age, me and you. But I'm looking at, I've been looking at your skin forever, and I probably comment on your pictures and everything. And I'm like, your skin is flawless. I never see you with anything. Besides drinking water, besides eating healthy.
Right.
Okay, what are some of your products that you may be using on your skin that's making you look as beautiful as you are?
My soaps. I use my soaps, but I don't use it on my face now. The one that I do use on my face is the chamomile aloe calendula. I use that one.
What was the soap you just picked up? Can I see that again?
Oh, I'm sorry. This is
Let's show your product.
Lemongrass swirl.
Okay.
And this one it smells awesome. So defined. I just wanted to just bring a little bit of the products that I offer.
Please, by all means, show what you have.
This is my hair mist.
Okay.
You shake it up really good because it has the spring water and the oils in here. It's different oils in here. I can actually tell you what I use. It's spring water, aloe vera juice. Oh my gosh, I'm getting tongue twisted.
That's okay. I do it all the time. You know, you've been on my lives.
Okay. Extra virgin coconut oil, extra virgin olive oil, avocado extract, vitamin E oil, and a preservative. Whenever you're using liquid, water, and oils, you have to use preservative. So that's really important to do. I also have a lotion bar. This is a lotion bar.
Okay. All right. Is that a little imprint? I see an imprint on it. Is that a little design you have on it? That is so cute. I love that. Now, how many ounces is your lotion bar?
This is 1.3 ounces. Okay. And it goes for $3. And this, I made this because it's something that you can just pop in your purse.
In your purse.
Your hands get dry, you take it out, and you rub a little bit on your hands because the warmth of your hands will melt some of it. And you put it on. I like to also have this by my sink when I'm washing dishes. Afterwards, I put this on so your hands don't get dry.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's an excellent, I mean, price point wise, that is, I mean, that's economical. I would say that's very economical.
So thank you.
Yes. Now your soaps, like the soap that you just showed me.
The soaps are $7.
Okay.
The soaps are $7. My hair butter. This one is pomegranate scent. It's nice and thick.
Okay.
This goes for $12.
Okay.
And then I have my body butter.
Okay.
Nice and thick.
And we love body butters over here. We love body butters.
The difference between the hair and the body is that with the body, I add cocoa butter to it.
Okay.
With the hair butter, it's mainly shea butter with the oils. But the body butter has cocoa butter in it along with the shea butter and the oils.
Okay. And your soaps, of course, your soaps are cold processed.
Yes.
Okay. How long does it normally take? Because I remember trying to make some soap before my baby was born. I used to make soaps back in the day, but it took, I think it was aloe and something I was making. It was she's 13, she'll be 14. I think it was going to take like 15 weeks or something for it to, to get together. And then she decided to come early. So the soap was not ready for her when she came, it was I had 10 more weeks to go. She came 10 weeks early. So the soap wasn't ready. Yeah. But how long does it take for your, because that's another thing. People think, oh, let me go buy a soap base and add some little knickknacks inside of it and give it a nice scent or whatever, and that's it. But no, cold processed soap is totally different. And you have to really know what you're doing to work with cold processed soaps.
Well, the one thing I make sure I do is to let it cure for 2 weeks. Even though it may feel like it's ready, you let it cure for 2 weeks because you need that. Right.
Because most soaps,
nice and, more soapy.
Right. Yeah. Mine, I would say that normally, 2 to 4 at the most. But for some reason, the aloe, I don't know if it was the aloe vera, I don't know what it was, but it was something that was making that one a longer soap. I mean, it just would not. And they when I was studying it, it was basically letting me know. And I was like, oh, I have enough time. You know, she won't be born for a minute. And then
and
she
it
came.
Still wasn't ready? Oh,
it wasn't ready when she came, no. And I wound
Oh.
up using it like later on, you know, after a while. She didn't come straight home anyway. But a lot of things that you're telling us about, if you were to give a young lady some inspiration, somebody who, and I don't want to say, because I didn't even think that you would ever feel that way, but we all have felt some type of way about ourselves at some certain periods of times. And we all go through our ups and downs and feeling, oh, well, I can't do this, or maybe I should just, you know, just forget about doing that or whatever. Maybe I should just, you know, they're not going to like me. They're not going to like my product or whatever. If you could give advice to a young lady or a young man or older person, whoever, whatever, just a person that is lacking hope, faith, and anything else that they may need to say, I'm good enough.
Yes.
What I'm going to do is going to be more than good enough for people to want and to love and to enjoy and to embrace. What would you say to that person? What would you say to a person who's just sitting there like, I'm just going to go ahead and take this 9-to-5 job that I hate going to, and I'm just going to do this until I can retire, and I'm not going to live my dream of starting my own business because it's just too much and I don't have any help and I have 3 kids or whatever. What advice, what would you do to uplift them? Because you're a very uplifting person. That I do know. I've seen you do the month. What is it? Is it the month of December you usually do a everyday thing?
Well, I remember doing one every day in the month of May. That was last year. And then this past year, I did it every day in the month of December.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So,
so what I would say to you, the person that has this desire, but they don't know if they're good enough to do it, let me tell you something. Don't give up. Absolutely. Nothing beats a failure but a try. Keep going. Because if this is something that you really are passionate about doing, keep looking forward, keep pushing through. You can do it. Look, I got ill, so I couldn't work a 9-to-5 job anymore. I was at home trying to figure out what was going on with my health. But in the meantime, in the back of my mind, I knew this is something that I wanted to do. And so I kept pushing myself, even though businesses went away. I just kept pushing myself to keep going. It's important. You cannot give up on your dream. You can't. And it's enough out here for everyone to be able to do what they are passionate about doing. 100%. Never give up.
I agree.
Never give up.
I agree. That is funny because I'm not sure if you saw my last video, but that was part of the title. It was giving up is not an option. Exactly. And it was a multitude of things that I was trying to convey in that message. It was like, giving up is not an option. If you want to go to school at 50, go to school at 50. If you want to get your degree at 65, get that doctorate, you know, at 65. It's okay. You know, if you want to get back into bodybuilding or something and compete, which is something I want to do, well, they can do it. Yeah. I mean, because that was something I was into back in the day, and I just, life happens, things happen, like you say, health challenges. That's what happened basically for me. You know, but yeah, giving up is not an option. You should never give up. Life is too short for us to sit back and give up on something that we're passionate about or that would make us feel happy, because life is about happiness. Life is not, okay, let me get up, I'm gonna go to work, I'm gonna get back, it's gonna be dark, I'm gonna cook dinner, I'm gonna lay down, I'm too tired to watch TV, so I'm just going, and I can't take a trip because I only get a week's worth of vacation this month, and they only gonna, you know, give me a certain amount of money or whatever, or maybe I don't get a vacation or whatever. I just started the job, so I can't even go anywhere. Matter of fact, I can't afford to go anywhere. You know, I think that giving up is not an option. You know, we should always, and encouraging other people. One thing that I believe that we should all do, especially in dealing with social media these days, and maybe you can elaborate a little bit more about it. Social media can be your friend.
Yes.
When they want to be. When people on social media want to be your friend, they can be your friend. But social media can also drag you down to a low grade, to the point where you're just like, I'm tired. Yeah. And to the point where it could cause like some type of mental illness, or maybe you even had some type of mental illness and it can strike it up again, especially I'm looking at these younger ladies, and one in particular, and they have been dragging her so hard. I mean, she's out here doing her thing or whatever. And yeah, we all make mistakes. We all do. We all do stupid stuff. At 27, we might have done some crazy things or whatever, or we might have been in love or whatever. But the last thing we need to do is to drag each other down. I don't care what race, what sex, what your sexual preference is, whatever. I just feel like, social media is good, is great because of the exposure. And it's I mean, people have committed suicide because of social media.
It's unfortunate.
Literally. I mean, people have literally sat back and was like, you should kill yourself. You should just kill yourself. And that has happened.
Yeah.
And I don't want to, it's one celebrity, but I don't want to, put it out there. I'm sure a lot of people know about it, but his brother, was being harassed or whatever because of who his mother was and because of who he is, famous rapper, whatever. And he committed suicide, so it's very important that we encourage each other in business, that we support each other in business.
Yes.
Like, I'm not going to come to you, Empress Yapah, and be like, well, girl, why don't you just send me about 2 of them butters, and some, I really, my lips stay chapped. I'm gonna need some of that chapstick to try out. And, matter of fact, why don't you just give me one of everything so I can try out? And then maybe I'll do a broadcast and we can talk about you.
That's just,
come on. How is that helping? How is that helping you?
It's really not.
And I've seen a lot of people, and I know that there's a lot of channels that don't ask people for products or whatever, but a lot of people, because they may see that the channel has like 500,000 subscribers or 1 million subscribers, and they may send them stuff and say, smaller companies trying to start up or whatever, and they'll be like, well, here, if you just, I'm just sending you this, if you could just try it out or whatever. And I've seen a lot of people show some love that actually had, like, the bigger channels or whatever. They say, they'll show their card and they'll show their product, they'll smell their product and be like, oh, this is nice. This is really nice. Oh, let me try it. And even give them props. And I respect that. I think that that's something that people should do. If a person makes something special for you and puts enough energy into going to the post office, which we all know can be, I hate going to the post office, but you know what I'm saying, to sit back and send you something to your P.O. box or whatever, the least you could do is open up the package and say, I want to thank this person for giving me this, and let me check it out. Matter of fact, of course, after if it's a product or whatever that they have to use, topically or something, make sure that they're not allergic to any of the ingredients, which we're hoping that everybody that's making products, which you just said, are making sure that they're listing their ingredients and stuff. So is there anything else that you would like to add to, like the social media? You said Instagram. I agree. Instagram is really, I'm learning how to use it a little bit more, and I'm liking it a lot more. And what I like about it is, to me, Instagram is a little bit better than YouTube, because on YouTube, I don't know if you've noticed this, but for some reason it seemed like when you can have a thumbs up or a thumbs down, that kind of takes away from your vibe a little bit. The thumbs up, thumbs down, and then some of the comments and stuff. On Instagram, it seems like everybody is just like, for me, friendly. Everybody's just like, it's like people I'm affiliated with, you're affiliated with. I see people, that follow behind you, that follow behind me, and it's all love. And it's no thumbs up and thumbs down. It's just a heart. You know what I'm saying? Why can't, I think that YouTube needs to take the thumbs down thing down.
I think so too.
People who feel like they can just say anything that they want to say to you to break you because they're broken.
Exactly.
It's easy to say because I said it. Oh, I'll just, have my moderator or somebody delete all of that stuff before I see it. But sometimes my moderator is not around and I might be up late at night and I'll see something and I'm like, okay, let me address this because they don't know who they dealing with for real. Let me tell you about yourself, And that's why I'm leaning towards the Instagram. And I'm really trying to learn a lot more about it. Would you say that somebody that's starting off in business, brand new, that like say starting off from scratch, just have an ideal, like say maybe want to start a lingerie line or whatever. Would you tell them to go ahead and like hit all the social media platforms, get their logo design and start putting out teasers? Or what would you say now with all the social media that's out here?
Definitely what you just said, putting out teasers, making sure that with the social media, go ahead and grab your name on each social media platform that you plan to use, because sometimes people snatch that name up and you be like, oh my goodness. Yeah. Because that's happened too a couple times with people that I've seen on Instagram. They'll say, oh, well, my name is taken, so they have to kind of make it a little different in regards to their business or whatever. So yeah, definitely put out some teasers. Don't be afraid to get your feet wet with YouTube. Just don't be afraid to do it. Right. Take a chance and do it. Like for me, I've been doing videos off and on since 2009. And I started because I did the big chop. Okay. So I wanted to, do videos in regards to that. And then I worked my way up to locking my hair. So then I wanted to document that. But more and more for me, it's not so much about the hair. It's about sending out inspirational words, lifting people up, because there's so much craziness going on around us that we definitely need to lift each other up. But definitely social media, do some teasers. Don't be afraid to just get started.
Right. That's all you have to do.
That's right.
Just start. I remember like the first time that I had been doing, you started in 2009. I started in 2010, and I didn't really stay with it because I wanted it to be like a beauty channel, and everybody was asking about my hair, and I was just like, God, it's not about my hair. I want to talk about my hair. But then when that became the big thing, I started doing it. But it's funny. It's I don't know. You just have to. Even though I had been doing social media for a while, the very first time that I decided to do a live chat, I was sitting there literally like I was about to walk to death. I was on death row, and I was walking to the death. Yeah, I just felt like, oh my God. I got so nervous. I started sweating. Really? Palms got sweaty. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do. I know what you mean.
We just have to, everybody, we're all human. We all bleed the same blood.
Yes.
You'll make a mistake in a word, say a word different, or I might say something different, or my accent might be different from yours or whatever. Right. And people might trip on the way you say something or whatever. But guess what? When you learn to laugh at yourself and be yourself and not allow people in your head and know that, okay, you're not paying my bills. You're definitely not cooking my food. You're not making sure that I have a roof over my head or whatever. It makes it so much easier to just be yourself and just be you. Don't try to be like anybody else.
That's right.
Just be 100% who you are.
Exactly.
People would say, I'll say this. Every time I see you, you have a smile on your face. Every time I've seen you in the past, it's always been about, like you say, a dance. It's been some music. It's been something uplifting. And I admire that. And you would come to, it's like you came to so many live chats and stuff. Not that you needed any experience or any education about your hair or anything that I was talking about. It was just because we enjoyed talking to each other. We
Exactly.
Back on Sunday afternoons, and we sat back and chit chatted about whoever. Everybody got to know whoever. It was a small chat. It was like usually like under 10 people, sometimes 10 to 13, but everybody knew Empress Yapah, Empress Sahar, Bonafide, you know, different people came in, Bowery Dow, people that I still communicate with to this day, and that's the exciting part about, doing business. Even if you don't have a business, just, some people can't leave the house. I mean, look at last year. Most people couldn't leave the house. That was a good time. I don't socialize. I don't go anywhere anyway. So it's my socialization. So I enjoy it. And I think that it's a place for you to both socialize, but also put your product out here.
So true.
Give me all your information. Of course, I'm going to have it all listed in the, wait a minute. Oh, no, I still have another question. 5 years from now, where are we going to see Desire Promise? What does Desire Promise want to do? How is Desire Promise going to evolve? What do you want to add? What do you want? Because see, you know what? Honestly, my goal is not to open a store. I think that less overhead is better, and most people are shopping online. So is it more products you want to add to your line? You have any teasers or something that's going to let us know what else you're going to be doing? How are you going to evolve into, give us something.
Okay. Actually, Desired Promise is right where I want it to be.
Okay.
Right there, because I have evolved into some other projects. For one, yapahlife, breathing meditation guidance. So I'm
Tell us about that.
I am a breathing meditation coach, and I felt the need to do that, for one, because I suffered myself from anxiety and depression, and I felt that it was really important to get more knowledge. And now that I got that more knowledge, I want to help others to reach their potential of calmness through breathing meditation. So yapahlife, that's where that came from. And yapah is Hebrew, and it means beautiful. So beautiful life. Yes. Yapahlife, beautiful life. And you can get that through your breathing meditation. Calmness, that's the important thing. Through everything that you're going through, calmness.
When can we look forward to having that made available, like as soon as possible?
It's available. It's been available now since the beginning of December. I hadn't really pushed it out there strong because which is so funny because I felt a little nervous. But you know what? I made a YouTube video in December speaking about yapahlife. And you know what? That was what I needed. I needed that push to go ahead, girl, get on out there. I have my Instagram page. So now I'm really posting like I should on there for yapahlife. And it really makes me feel so inspired. It makes me feel so happy to be able to help others. And that is the one thing that I know that is what I'm here to do. It's not about becoming rich, because I'm rich. I'm rich by standards that people don't even see or even know, and I really and truly want to help others. And I know that's my calling, and another business that I have with two other ladies, my daughter Kendra and my daughter-in-law Camille, is Steamy Fresh, and that is a Yoni steaming business. So those two businesses is what is giving me the inspiration to keep pushing. Desire Promise, I love Desire Promise because that is my baby.
Right.
Desire Promise is my baby. It's not going anywhere. I will always have Desire Promise. But I also felt led to do yapahlife and Steamy Fresh.
I think that both, and you could tell us a little bit more about, Yapah, I definitely, you have a customer here right now. I mean, a client that can definitely utilize your services. You already know my story. You already know, so I don't even have to talk about it. So I think that that's something that everybody can use. So that's
Yes.
excellent that you're trying to help people out in that way as far as breathing and stuff, because that's the one thing. Yes, I have therapy and all that type of stuff, and I've had my therapist and everybody try to teach me how to breathe or whatever. But when you're really solely, that's your thing that you're really pushing it into, as opposed to the therapy and this and that and medications and all that type of stuff.
Right.
I think that the interest is more solid,
Yes.
you know, when you're able to say, okay, come on, let's focus. Like we could do that right here. You know what I'm saying? You could do that, or you don't have to be in a room with a whole bunch of people. I mean,
Exactly.
we can't go anywhere right now anyway. So, I mean, but that's something you could do online for people. And
that's what I do. I offer it through Zoom.
Absolutely amazing. So you're going to have to give us all of that information. You can start giving us, look, give us Desire Promise information, because I'm going to add it down to the description.
Okay.
I'm going to try to find a way to, I don't know how they're going to let me post anything on here. This is my first time even doing this. You're my first person doing this with. So
honored.
But yeah, I want to be able to put all your information, definitely, because we're going to put this on what am I on? YouTube. What am I putting this on? I'm putting this on YouTube, but I'm gonna have it in my description box. But of course, you know, people pay more attention when they see it like edited and on whatever. So tell me, give me desirepromise.com.
It's desirepromise.com. Yapahlife is YAPAHLIFE.com. And then steammefresh.com. Just how it sounds. Steammefresh.com.
Okay.
And all the information is there for you. And yes.
And they can reach you via email. They can contact you. How would you prefer? What's your preferred method of being reached? Directly through your sites or how?
Yes, they can reach me through my sites. They can reach me also on Instagram. I have all my information.
Okay.
I have all my information on YouTube as well.
Okay.
All my information is there. Instagram, it's Yapah_life. And I do a lot of inspiration on there and my locks and everything. As far as Instagram for the businesses, it's Desired Promise, Yapah Life, and Steamy Fresh. All of those are for Instagram as well.
Okay, so all the information I could just like copy and paste everything and put it into my box. I'll have everything, so I'll have everything correct, because you know I'll miss a letter. I'm just starting to see with these contacts so good. Thank God. So I got so tired of my glasses. You knew what I went through last year. But oh my God, you have to come back. You have to come back.
Thank you.
When I get this thing together to where it's really looking 100% professional and you know, all beautiful and all of that, even though being organic is
the best way to be. Even when I got tongue-tied.
It doesn't take lights. Well, of course you need the lights because we want to be seen. Lucky wants to be seen. It doesn't take a whole lot of jazz. Hey, and you have a little one too, but I heard he was sleeping.
Yes, he sleeps.
Lucky he just popped up. I'm surprised he waited till the end. But yes, this has been so wonderful and invigorating. Thank you so much for saying yes to me, you know, for saying yes
so much.
And for knowing that my vision is to also help other people to evolve, for other people to feel good about themselves, just like yourself. You know what I'm saying? We're pretty much on the same page, and I guess that's why we've bonded and we've stayed in touch with each other. And we don't just say hey on the internet or whatever. We actually voice messages, or we on the phone like, hey girl, what's up? Hey, you know, I've seen the dog and the dogs have seen each other and everything. But I think, you know, the sisterhood that we have is fantastic. I'll support you in any way that I can. And you have to promise me that you'll come back.
Definitely. Thank you so much. I'm so honored, truly, to be your first guest. I appreciate it.
You are my first, and I was excited. I was up at 1:30 this morning. You know, I had been up since 1:30 the other night, and you was like, go to bed, go to bed, go to bed, get some rest. And I got up again at 1:30, and me and my daughter was practicing on how this was going to play out. She was on her computer, and I was like, oh, okay, so we can't do it side by side.
Yay.
And then we still had problems when we first started, me and you this time, but
yeah.
and I hope, oh, it still says it's recording. Okay, so I was about to say, I hope that this thing recorded.
Yes,
Thank you, Yapah. I love you so much.
I love you too, sis.
Please come back, and we're looking forward to seeing more. I mean, the breathing, I'm going to have to talk to you about that, because I would love to sit back and schedule me an appointment or something. After this credit card bill is paid, but I think I overdid the thing too. But no, seriously, yes, I want to see more. I'm gonna have more people on my channel or whatever that are doing the same thing. More people that are talking about not just businesses, but just uplifting stuff. We need more of that on the internet. Drama channels get a lot of people that come to their channels, but life is not all about just drama. Drama is draining. We need people like you 100%. To help us to distress, you know, when we get drained. So again, I appreciate you. I'll be talking with you very soon. And this video will be up probably in the next hour. So look forward to it.
Oh my goodness,
blessings, my love. Thank you, my sister. Thank you, Empress. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
All right, blessings.
Peace and blessings.
Okay.